Hello, everyone. Welcome to another wonderful FLV Week 1 game. I'm your caster, Michael, often known as Knight00. Some of you might recognize me as my in-game Valorant name, Murderer968. I am here to bring you the game between Tenz and Friends and Ham. It should be a really interesting game. It's our last game of the first week. I think we're getting right into it right now, going right into Agent Select. So this should be a pretty interesting game. We're playing Bind. I believe Ham is starting defense, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Ham is starting defense. Tenz and Friends is starting attack. Should be a pretty interesting game. Two very, very different teams in terms of composition. Tenz and Friends going for that higher rated, lower rated mixture, going for like the two diamonds and a plat, along with a bronze and an iron. Whereas Ham going for a really, really, coordinated, close mix. Two golds, two plats, and a silver. So two relatively different teams, probably relatively different expectations between the two teams as to what they want to do and kind of what they expect out of their players. Here we're seeing some relatively interesting agents getting shown just right off the bat. We can see that we're seeing the Sky, the Viper, and the Brim Hover, not very popular agents per se. Maybe the Viper a little bit more so recently, but we'll see what they decide on. We see Triss going for that Jet, pretty popular, pretty much his known agent that he's pretty much known for around FLV to go for. We see CTR, who I believe is referenced as Diamond in the player list, going for that Killjoy. Yukio, their
Choose your
other
agent.
Diamond, going for the Raze. Bill Snyder, going for that Sky. I believe in beta season he'd play a lot of Breach. And on Ham side, going for maybe a relatively normal composition, going for the Viper, Sage, Brim, Sova, and it looks like there's Reyna. Just to note, everyone, Yoru is disabled for this game due to a bug. I'm pretty sure not even allowed in custom games. So I think Ham maybe wanted to consider that Yoru. I know Draken really likes that Yoru, but it is, in fact, disabled. So we're getting into the game. We're seeing, once again, Tenz and Friends on attack. And we want to see, for them, they probably want to see maybe a 5-round half. They have a pretty interesting composition. They have those post plants, the Raze, Viper, and Killjoy, all very good in that post plant. And on the other hand, Ham also relatively good in that post plant with a lot of mollies. Going for that Sova, and then the Brim and the Viper mollies, along with that Sage Slow, can be a really strong post plant setup. So both these teams, maybe even potentially an attack sided map for both of them if they can get into those post plant, situations. Whereas, both teams also want to stall, those mollies and Sova util, also very, very good for stalling. So we see Ham immediately going towards a relatively heavy B setup, looking to send 4 up long with the Raze heading into Hookah, but we see, or sorry, I think that's Tenz and Friends, sorry about that. And we see Ham on defense already have 3 on B, using the Sage Wall in Hookah. So both teams very heavily on one side of the map. We already see the Reyna rotating over towards B. So we'll see what Tenz and Friends decide to do here. Pretty heavy stall already coming in. Could probably be a bloodbath on the B side. Triss heading up, taking guard and control. That Hookah control, maybe a fight about to happen. The Sage peeking out. Triss getting that kill on Brim, using that Frenzy, dashing in. Ounce getting the trade on Bill Snyder. Yukio getting a kill on the Sage. Triss getting another kill. Draken trading out, leaving it down into a 2v3 situation. But Tenz and Friends low on HP, even with the mana advantage.
Planted.
Through Dobby trying to spam through that wall, see if he can get anything from it. Draken taking elbow control. Looks like they're playing this pretty safe post plan, using the Viper, maybe wanting to use that smoke plus mollies. Draken needs to push up and kill this Viper and guard it. Gets the kill on Passage and is able to heal. Sir Dobby with a kill on Yukio. Sir Dobby with a kill on Control. And that's a nice 2v3 situation for Ham.
Thank you.
So it seems like they're going to hand over this Viper, make sure Viper gets that ult as soon as possible. Really, really powerful ult, really important for them. And holding down these sites, really critical. Can pop that ult early just to hold a site down, rotate over into a 1 in 4 situation. And so that's really, really nice for them. Winning that round, obviously, very useful on this initial pistol. It looks like Tenz and Friends are going to save, and it looks like Ham's also going for a very, very
I'm
low
coming for you,
buy,
civilian.
even after winning the round. Draken picking up the SMG and armor, but everyone else keeping 2,000 in the bank. Looks like both teams want to play for a rifle in the third round. We'll see if this
Poison
pays out
orb emitting.
for Ham. Then, you know, they could definitely lose this round not getting any weapons. It looks like a lot of aggression out of Ham, pushing down into market and long. They're going to have a pretty fast short flank. They're already rotating. EF Lebo getting the kill on Bill Snyder with that Sova shock dart. Yukio getting a kill on Ounce on the flank, but getting traded out by Draken. Dabi with another kill on Control and Killjoy. There's 2 left in Showers. They pretty much have no ability to rotate. Triss just looking for anything. Sir Dabi pushing in a little bit too aggressively. Triss getting that kill with the headshot, but dropped down to 22 HP. It looks like it should be a relatively one round for Ham with that low HP on the Jet. But we'll see if Pathogen and Triss can, you know, put this together and get this 2v3 situation. Though Silal pushed all the way into, pretty much into that T spawn, so he'll probably be able to hear a rotate coming out. We'll see if Tenz and Friends are able to cross short safely. It doesn't look like Draken's peeking
30
right
seconds
now.
left.
He jiggles a little bit. I don't know if he sees anything. Yeah, he sees stuff now, so they see them both coming out. Draken getting caught out with his flash out. Triss getting an SMG with that after getting that frenzy kill. Jumping into CP. Pathogen a little bit stuck here. Gets out behind that Viper wall. They're going to get bombed down. Silal flanking very, very
10
quickly.
seconds left.
But looks like they're going to get bombed down. And this is kind of a disaster for Ham so far.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, and Ham, even though they win that situation, definitely very, very close. 2 very, very quick kills on that retake, but Tenz and Friends almost turned that around, and that would have been, like I said, a complete disaster for them. And we see for this next round, it's going to be only that Jet ult, which Triss on Jet will have a full buy anyway, so probably not going to pull out that ult immediately. Maybe deciding to go for it and try to save her an off in a couple rounds. Seemingly hasn't bought. There he goes with the buy, so definitely seems like he's committing. Ham has 2 SMGs and 3 rifles, so definitely a little bit of a mixed, weird buy. Kind of surprising to see EF Lebo going for an SMG. And now he picks a rifle. I'm just going to be honest, everyone. I'm a little bit confused as to what Ham's doing. Ounce doesn't have armor, 4 SMGs, and armor for the rest of everyone. Maybe a little bit of a bizarre economic decision, but we'll see if it pays out. Looks like they wanted to go for some kind of bonus, but I guess it's my mistake for trying to call what was going on. It seems like Tenz and Friends want to take a lot of B-site control. This early, heavy B-site lean, we don't see any aggression out of Ham on the site. They're using this Sova util, not going to see the Viper down B long. But 3 people already being on B, combined with the fact that it looks like the Viper's pushing on A.
No charges left.
Very interesting situation. It seems like Draken wants to lean over back towards B, while at the same time Tenz and Friends rotating back towards A. This could be definitely a timing situation. Sir Dabi, maybe with the nice timing on the Molly, kind of sensing this rotate coming through. If the Brim Smokes drop, it could definitely be very, very good for him. But it looks like he's not going to get a good timing on the Molly. They already have site control. The Mollys go down. Silal with a nice kill on Triss, pushing towards triple.
30 seconds left.
Control, unfortunately, with a little bit of a miss against Sir Dabi. Bill Sniper also missing against Draken. 2 people going into Kuka, a little bit late on the ult, unfortunately, but gonna run right into EF Lebo playing sight. Still going for the plan. EF Lebo getting the kill. Pathogen stuck in Showers, killing Ounce, but unfortunately, no chance on the round because of the time. Draken getting nice, unfortunate timing against Pathogen there, using that blind, but Pathogen just sliding right past it. Surviving with the rifle. Fortunately for him, not dying, but unfortunately for Tenz and Friends, not getting that round win. It looks like Tenz and Friends are going to be some kind of half buy, maybe some weird mixed buy. It doesn't look like they're super coordinated on what they want to do quite yet. We'll see if they correct that before the beginning of the round. Whereas Ham you know, keeping that SMG for another round, going with 4 rifles.
Get
The
out of my
economy looks
way.
very good, and they have that Reyna and that Viper. Maybe we'll see one of those popped this round. Once again, playing 3 towards B. Triss popping those jet knives, trying to push up, getting U-Haul control. There's 2 people on site. Draken, we'll see what he's doing. He's dropping back to CT. It looks like they want to play relatively safe and play a retake.
They're dead.
Sirdabi with a nice kill on Triss. Bill Snyder getting the kill on Draken. Kind of a disaster so far for Ham. Allen's getting the trade back on Bill Snyder, taking to a 3v3 situation. But this may favor Tenz and friends. We'll see if they can get the bomb down on site. With the position, Silo pretty deep on the flank. Gonna be able to come up short in a little bit. Ounce with a kill on Pathogen. Very unfortunate for him. Coming out of that smoke.
Found them.
EF Lebo with a nice arrow to spot people out. I think they figured out where both people are. Yukio and Control stuck together. Yukio with a nice eagle shot onto Ounce. Has an SMG. The inferior weapons maybe making this a little difficult. Silo with a nice, get a nice timing on the flank. EF Lebo picking out Yukio. And Control getting killed by Silo, and another nice retake for Ham. Once again, a very unfortunate situation for Tenz and friends who, you know, keep getting into these situations where they could definitely be winning, but not really able to put together these 2v2s. So we see another pretty heavy B-side lean for Tenz and friends, and perhaps, you know, maybe a little bit confusing as to why they keep going for this. Doesn't seem to be working, but it looks like they want to just keep heading towards B, and Ham with a very, very nice read on it. Keeps with this 3B setup,
Smoke's down.
able to really push back, getting this ult orb, not getting punished. Silo pushing a little up, somehow kind of sliding into the smoke. Ounce with the kill on Yukio, but Pathogen getting that kill on Silo. Control killing Ounce, taking this into a 3v4 situation. You really want to see Tenz and friends be able to convert this, pushing up on a site aggressively. See what EF Lebo is able to do while stuck in mid-site. Triss picking off Sirdabi.
Last player
EF
standing.
Lebo unfortunately also getting picked off by Triss, leaving Draken in a 1v4. Definitely a winnable situation, especially if Pathogen keeps this. Pathogen getting the kill on Draken. That's the first round on the board for Tenz and friends. A very nice round for them. Punishing the mistakes that Ham was making and very nicely taking site control. So we'll see what
Anyone have
each
funds
team
to
decides to
spare?
do in this round. It looks like Ham's going to have pretty much a full buy. Their econ still looks relatively good. Tenz and friends also going to have a full buy. Both teams have relatively solid economies. Ham might have to save after this round if they lose. And Tenz and friends, depending on how things go, with that Ock being purchased, might also have to save on a loss. So definitely a pretty important economic round for both of them.
Revealing
Equal ults on
area.
each side. Ult quality roughly, maybe around equal too. So could be a very close round. We see, once again, Tenz and friends going for this heavy setup. Pretty heavy aggression on A for having only 2 people. They're taking a lot of short and showers control. We're going to see what Sirdabi does here. Bill Snyder might have seen him, but I'm actually not sure. It doesn't look like Bill Snyder's aware that Sirdabi could be here, and Sirdabi going to let him pass, seeing if anyone else is coming, shoot him in the back. Kill gifted right on a silver platter. The rest of Tenz and friends stuck towards the B side of the map. Looks like Ham, maybe with a little bit of a misread, heading back towards A, but now full rotating towards B. We'll see if these 2 people can get a nice hold. Yukio trying to peek over the smoke and get EF Lebo, but unfortunately, popping that ult. We'll see if he gets a nice timing, gets that kill with that raise ult onto EF Lebo. Silo pushing into elbow, killing Pathogen. Draken getting the kill on Yukio and taking back site control, turning this into a 4v2 situation. Draken with a nice shot through the wall, leaving control in a, unfortunately, pretty much unwinnable situation. Allen's getting the kill on control, trying to plant the bomb. Very, very nice round for Ham. Pretty interesting aggression on the A side of the map, and maybe a little bit of a punish for this very heavy B side lean that Tenz and friends is going for on every single round. And we'll see if they can keep doing this, because it seems like they are. Triss maybe leaning towards A short here.
Thanks.
Looks like the eco means that it's going to be a half buy. We'll see. Hopefully neither team makes any poor economic decisions here. But it looks like Tenz and friends definitely making the correct economic decision. Just going for this half buy, going for the full buy next round. You know, trying to use these sheriffs and see if they can get a kill. Silo continuing to use the smoke to get an ult orb combined with this Sova util. Very nice. Spotting out this very heavy B-side lean once again. And I want to keep, rehashing how important that this B-side lean is definitely seems to be kind of a problem out of Tenz and friends, and Ham is punishing this very nicely.
There they are.
They're spotting pretty much everyone on the map, so we'll see what they do. It looks like Triss is heading to a team call. Sir Dobby with the op picking off Triss, trying to peek up short and make a play happen.
Poison orb emitting.
3 members of Tenz and friends stuck in the market area. Looks like the Viper wants to TP in a situation for a post plant, but Sir Dobby with another nice op shot into Yukio. That's both the very high rated players on Tenz and friends picked off by Sir Dobby with his operator.
Here.
Tenz and friends looks a little lost on this save round. Pathogen taking a little bit of A site control. The other two coming towards him. Maybe a little bit of confusion as to what to do and running right into a pretty heavy stack of Ham. Using this operator in the lamps area. Draken holding the showers actually. Using a nice little, maybe a nice little lineup to get onto A site. By blocking off the heaven area. Dropping this wall, but it's probably not going to block off anything towards lamps, and it doesn't. So running right into Draken's play. Draken a nice 2 headshot. And a nice 3rd kill into Bill Snyder, and once again, another round for Ham. A very nice defensive hold so far, and definitely punishing this relatively passive, heavy B-side lean of Tenz and friends, and it's very, very interesting to see. I hope Tenz and friends can maybe change it up, maybe lean back towards the A side, especially if they can notice that only 2 people are playing that side of the map, but it looks like they're just heading right back towards to be on this full buy round. Ults-wise, Ham has the better ult economy. We'll see what Tenz and friends decide to do. Maybe using that Killjoy and that Sky ult to get site control, but Ham can obviously counter with ults of their own, especially that Sova ult. Looks like Ham wants to push into showers, which they've done, is setting up this operator on Sir Dobby to take control of the site while using that Viper smoke on a short. It looks like they're giving up showers, but they haven't seen anything. Pretty much everyone on Tenz and friends stuck towards market. Sir Dobby with another kill with that operator onto Bill Snyder. Let's see if he's able to rotate out. Gets the kill on control on that Killjoy.
Bomb buddy out.
2 members of Tenz and friends kind of stuck in a situation where it looks like they're a little bit confused on what to do. Once again, taking this control on the side of the map. You have Lebo with the kill onto Pathogen using the Sova ult. Triss probably going to grab bomb jump TP might be the idea. Yukio and Triss need to make this 2v4 happen. Grim using that ult onto the lamps area to clear that out. Yukio stuck in this cubby area where Triss also stuck on a short.
30 seconds left.
3 members of Ham right around them. Let's see if they can make anything happen.
Healer down.
Triss getting spotted out, but with a nice kill onto Ounce. EF Lebo playing backside area, waiting for Draken to probably come out of showers. Try to collapse Yukio with the kill on EF Lebo. Maybe a little bit of a mistake out of him to give up that pick. Leaving in a 2v2 situation, both players coming from showers. With this Rand ult pop, definitely winnable, but
1 enemy remaining.
Yukio with the 4K, Triss with a kill on Stylol. Yukio with that kill on Draken. Very nice round out of the 2 diamonds on Tenz and friends. And a very, very much a critical, much needed round out of them. A very, very well played 2vx situation out of the 2 very high rated players. That's really what you need to see in that situation. Sorry, a little bit of confusion in the chat. I think we're all good now. Once again, Ham going for this 3 side on the B, which Tenz and friends keeps running into. Silo maybe wanted to plant this smoke, noticing that they're like pushing into it. Silo maybe getting a little ambitious with his positioning here. Probably gonna get punished by this Sky ult in a second. Is able to slide out safely. Tenz and friends using that to push through. Bill Snyder with the 2K on Silo, and Ounce just sitting out in the open. EF Lebo stuck inside of Tube, getting shot in the back by Triss with a frenzy, pushing with the op. Triss taking up CT control. Sir Dobby versus Triss. We'll see if either of them are able to are peeking into each other. Looks like not. Ham maybe wanting to decide to save here. Control peeking out elbow, not getting anything, not getting punished either. Sir Dobby continuing to hold this angle, but it looks like Sir Dobby and Draken maybe want to save. Triss getting the kill on Sir Dobby. Draken maybe wants to grab this op. Looks like he's going to pop a blind and see if he can push for it. Just pushing very aggressively, but getting the nice triple kill with that operator. Very well played out of Triss, taking a lot of site presence with that, and a very, very nice out of Bill Snyder. Very, very nice play out of Bill Snyder, pushing up and punishing those two members of Ham standing out in the open on B side. So 3 rounds so far for Ham, or for, sorry, excuse me, for Tenz and Friends, which is very, very nice. You like to see this little bit of offensive recovery. Obviously, don't want any game to be a stomp in FOV. And it looks like they're slightly changing up what they want to do. Maybe still leaning a little bit more towards the B side of the map, but it looks like maybe they wanted to make a little bit more presence towards A. Yukio leaning towards the short side of the map. Once again, a lot of A aggression for only 2 members on that side of the map. And no real punish so far. Yukio taking a little bit of control here. Maybe a little hesitant to push out because of the fact that they could be pushed a lot further forward. Draken already pushing out of showers. While Yukio is here, the rest of the members of Tenz and Friends leaning towards B. We'll see what they're able to accomplish. Triss, a very, very good operator player on that jet. Pushing up, trying to take a little bit of an entry. Yukio still lurking towards the side of the map. Yukio
Blinded.
and Sir Dobby just right next to each other. Bill Snyder trying to pop out, getting killed by Ounce jumping out to the smoke. Triss with a kill on Ounce. Yukio with a kill on Sir Dobby. That tension's resolved. Triss popping the jet ult, maybe wanting to get that kill on EF Levo. Pathogen with a kill on Silo, leaving Draken in a 1v3 situation on the B site with Yukio coming in, making it a 1v4 on that side of the map. Draken with a kill on Triss. Draken with a kill on Control. If he gets this kill on Pathogen, a very winnable situation. Going through that wall, walking into the molly, but still full HP. Both members of Tenz and Friends now in sight. Should be a winnable situation for Draken, but we'll see if they give it up. Giving up that kill to Pathogen. Passing Yukio, but I don't think he saw him. Both players here very, very low HP. Yukio playing inside to Draken, pushing up, but Yukio getting the kill. A very, very disastrous situation for Tenz and Friends, but Yukio nicely clutching it out at the end. A very interesting round. A resolved lurk that ended up very, very nicely for Yukio, allowing him to come in and flank, but giving up so many kills is definitely a mistake for Tenz and Friends. And Triss maybe considering throwing that op out of the map, and it kind of looks like he did, and he probably did. I can't quite tell if he did or not, but it looks like he threw it out of the map. He's running the rifle now, so he's clearly not happy with how he's opping. Even though I was very impressed with what he was doing. It looks like Ham's on a half by here. So Dobby going to keep pushing up into this close short area. Maybe wanting to push through the smoke. Maybe a little bit excessively aggressive, but if he gets a good timing, he could definitely make a kill with that frenzy. Looks like Draken wants to flash him out. Push through. We'll see if the Spectre and Frenzy can get anything done with the flash. Bill Snyder with the kill on Ounce. Triss with a nice little bit of spray into the smoke. Silo deep in, getting the kill on Bill Snyder. Pushing the little corner, you gotta check that. Draken pretty deep in, using the fact that this Viper one-way is existing to maybe make it a little bit awkward to push into a site up short. Looks like Triss and Yukio wanting to take showers control. There's no one currently in there. We'll see what they're able to accomplish. They may be able to walk out pretty safely. Silo only going to show up on this side of the map now. The timing may be a little bit unfortunate if Triss and Yukio decide to push out right now, but it looks like they're going to be able to. Triss, unfortunately, getting his dash block. Pushing, getting that kill on Silo, getting shot in the back by Draken.
Spike planted.
A very, very awkward situation for both teams. Yukio in control, stuck back sight. Yukio wants to take all of his lamps control. Draken popping that Reyna ult, only with the Spectre though. EF Lebo with a Judge, Draken getting the kill on control. All the members of Tenz and Friends are so far away from bomb. Yukio with the kill, but I don't think they're going to be able to deny the bomb fuse. Draken decides to give it up. Draken with the 3K with the Spectre, going to stick this slant. And unfortunately, I believe Pathogen is disconnected. Alright, sorry about that everyone. It looks like we have a small DC. Pathogen has disconnected.
Last round in the half.
Small mistake out of me, sorry. I believe we're gonna be waiting this out. Not much commentary to be done. Sorry, everyone. Gonna be a small wait. Hopefully, Pathogen isn't able to reconnect. Hopefully, we don't have any disconnect, because that'd obviously be very, very unfortunate. Alright, everyone, it looks like we are back. It looks like Pathogen has been able to reconnect, which is obviously wonderful. We're glad to see these technical issues not taking too long. And obviously would hate to see a 4v5 or a forfeit. That'd obviously be a complete disaster for what appears to be potentially a very, very close game. Or just any game would obviously be horrendous to end in that situation.
Take flight.
We'll see what Tenz and Friends decide to do. Once again, leaning towards the B side of the map. Just getting spotted out with the Sova dart. Ounce with the very aggressive play. Oh, realizing that the wall is a little bit shallow, but I don't think Tenz and Friends did. Ounce might be able to do a quick flank. Pathogen gonna throw up this Viper
You
wall.
should run.
And dropping that Killjoy out of the hole. Try to take the side of the map. Using that Brimble to counter. Sidewall getting the kill on Bill Snyder. A very, very nice Brimble with doing a tremendous amount of damage also. Leaving multiple members of Tenz and Friends very, very low. Everyone but Sir Dobby is leaning towards this B side of the map on Ham. 8 members on the side of the map. Yukio with a kill on Stylewall. Pathogen with a kill on Allen. Kind of a disaster for Ham to give up those 2 picks. Sir Dobby was leaning towards B, but now everyone is running towards A. Popping this Viper roll. Popping the counter Viper roll. Leaving this in a very, very weird situation where both sides could definitely make a play. Sir Dobby trying to push in, but getting
Player
countered
standing.
out. Triss with a
Spike
kill on
planted.
Lebo, Yukio with a kill on Dobby with his Viper roll. Looked like Draken doesn't really have much of a chance in the round. 4 members alive, 2 very, very low. If anything's gonna happen, Draken needs a very, very nice shots onto Pathogen in that Viper smoke. With both Triss and Yukio in this lamps area, Yukio seems like he's spotting Draken with a nice shot into Yukio. Triss could definitely give up a disaster peak here, but Triss with the kill. Giving 5 rounds for Tenz and Friends, a very, very nice recovery out of them after a very disastrous.
Switching sides.
Going to the next pistol, you know, if you're either team here, you're relatively content with the total rounds. But momentum definitely seems to be leaning a little bit more towards Tenz and Friends, fragging out very well in these last few rounds. Looks like we're taking a timeout. Not actually sure how this works. It's a little bit new, sorry, everyone. I assume it's... Yeah, it appears to be a 60-second timeout. I assume we're keeping track of that. Thank you, observers and admins. Yeah, sorry. It's a little bit different. This is the first season with this recent patch. We now have tactical timeouts instead of just tech timeout. I believe our official rule is that we just pause the match timer and run it for 60 seconds. Because we want to be doing that in the future. So a little bit different than it has been in the past. Just some quick notes of what's going on. It looks like Ham is, leaning. Not quite sure where they're at. Looks like they want to lean towards the A side of the map. Maybe a full short rush. We'll see if anyone wants to head towards Shower. Whereas on the other side, Tenz and Friends maybe wanting to push into Showers. Weird stuff going on in Mass Chat. Sorry, everyone. Just a very, very bizarre last couple of rounds. It looks like Ham leaning towards this A side of the map. Gonna, it looks like they want to just send everyone up short, maybe leaving one lurker towards this B side up in mid. But otherwise, probably a very, very explosive round coming on A. Looks like Tenz and Friends, like I said, wanting to push into showers, perhaps, but maybe deciding against it. No, deciding to push into showers. Bill Snyder using this wolf, spotting out people in short. Chris grabbing this ult or maybe a little aggressive, but not punished for it. Sir Dobby pushing up short in this util, being up close to the lamp. Like bomb able to go down. Bill Snyder not able to get
Spike
that kill.
down
Getting
A.
tagged a little bit. Captain quickly shooting through the wall onto Elm. A little bit of tag damage, but overall very, very favored. It was very, very favored towards Tenz and Friends, but Ham with 2 quick kills. Chris with kill into Draken, very low HPs on both games. Using that Sky heal to kill Chris, be very, very impactful at the end of the round. Whereas everyone else on the map, you have Lebo with the nice little lurk under control. Bill Snyder not reacting.
Enemy remaining.
You have Lebo getting the kill on Bill Snyder, leaving Chris in this
Spike
1v3
planted.
situation against 3 very low HP opponents. You have Lebo playing around that triple box, seeing the nice one tap onto Chris. That's a good round for Ham. We might see something very, very similar to the first half if Ham can make a very strong start. This could very, very quickly become, you know, maybe a 10 to 10, you know, 10 or 11 to 5 advantage, which would obviously be disastrous for Tenz and Friends, who would really like to start making this comeback soon. We'll see if either team decides on a fourth buy. It looks like Tenz and Friends are fighting to just go for the full save, basically accepting giving up the 9th round, whereas Ham once again going for a similar play as they did in the first half. Going for the, you know, this very low buy with Draken going for this SMG. Draken going to be probably taking first contact. Looks like Tenz and Friends all towards A side of the map. An unfortunate stack. And maybe not a mystery, but kind of an unlucky gamble. All stacking towards A, whereas Ham all ran towards B. Very unfortunate for them. Ham's going to have sight for free, even able to get that ult orb. Going to be able to feed some ult on, getting all the util down. And Tenz and Friends not only lacking map control, having to run against some smoke and Draken, going to be able to rack up these kills with this SMG. Maybe a little bit of a mistake, giving up 2 kills. 3v3 situation now. And while the health and weapons definitely favor Ham, it maybe now favors Tenz and Friends, who have very, very excellently taken site control, but unfortunately running into these Viper mollies, and there's not too much counter with that Viper smoke, plus molly up on site. It looks like they'll be able to win the round between that and perhaps even a Brim Molly coming out. Flylog getting the kill on Yu-Gi-Oh!
Last player standing.
Molly's countering out everything. Sir Dobby with the kill on Pathogen. And that is the strength of Viper right there. Around 20 seconds of complete inability to touch the bomb. But otherwise a very, very nice eco round out of Tenz and Friends, who, you know, in spite of the very low economy, are able to do quite a bit of damage. Unfortunately, that damage not going to matter a huge amount because of the excellent economy and the fact that Ham didn't really buy that much on that round. So maybe a little unfortunate. It looks like Ham wants to lean towards his A side. Once again, another heavy short play for his Tenz and Friends. You know, holding that lamp area, using this wolf to spot out. Not getting any concusses, but definitely noticing people are there. Philo lurking on B, but everyone else is leaning towards A. Pathogen, Triff, and Bill Snyder all on this side of the map, using this Viper wall to, you know, get a very, very heavy amount of short control. Getting the Sage wall up, Bomb's going to be able to go down relatively safely. Viper Molly missed the denied plant. Silo getting the kill on Yukio, trying to lurk up towards the teleporter.
Blocking sight.
Kind of an interesting 44 situation. Draken getting that kill on Bill Snyder. Getting traded out by Triss after using the dismiss. EF Lebo using the util. Triss just sticking the bomb and nothing coming out to counter it. They'll be able to hold it. Always came a little bit too late. Control getting the kill on Silo at the end.
One enemy remaining.
A couple
player
kills
standing.
at the end of the round. Trading down into a 1v1 situation, but the round was already over. A little bit late on the mollies out of Ham. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication on what they were expecting there. But very well played out of Tenz and Friends, trading up very well. These rounds are going very quickly. It seems like both teams, instead of defaulting, have decided to just play very aggressively, using that Viper util to get a lot of site control, and these retakes are happening very, very explosively. Pathogen using that wall towards the B side of the map, definitely a very interesting wall to see. Yukio popping that Raise Boom bot, hearing people coming out. Raise Nade coming out, not going to do any damage, but stalling out. Ham just a little bit. Bill Snyder pushed very aggressively down A short, but punished for it. A 5v4 situation for Ham, Tenz and friends. Maybe a little bit awkwardly set up, but still definitely a very winnable round for them if they're able to play very well. Whereas on Ham, on the other hand, looking towards just teleporting back towards A, and honestly for Tenz and friends, you might just want to save having lost all of your A site control with those rotates. Let's see what's able to happen. Silo probably going to run into the two members of Tenz and friends in the market area. Pathogen killing.
Here.
It's a very interesting situation. Dragon's kill on Pathogen, turning into a 3v3 situation. Getting the kill on Control a little bit sloppy. Triss getting the kill on Dragon, turning down to a 2v2 situation. Sir Dobby trading on Triss, Yu-Gi-Oh killing Sir Dobby. With that mullet play right there, a little bit awkward, and that Stovall coming out, pretty much making the round completely unwinnable for Yu-Gi-Oh, especially with that tag. Yeah, Fleebo clutching the round out in the 1v1, taking to a 10-6 advantage for Ham. And these rounds, very explosive, very quick. And just a lot of, a lot of multi-frags coming out of the high-rated players on each team. So, definitely kind of a crazy game. And kind of, in that last round, definitely a little bit of a heartbreaker for Tenz and friends, forcing out that Stovall out at the end. But otherwise, maybe a little bit unfortunate, not able to win that. 10-6 advantage so far for Ham. It seems like Ham wants to lean towards the 3D side of the map, so we'll see what happens. Looks like pretty standard setup. Pretty much all 5 members of Ham towards this B side of the map are running into only 2 people. We'll see what happens. Dragon taking a lot of hookah control. Yu-Gi-Oh here getting the nice pick. And leaving control just in this 1v5 situation on the site, getting picked off by Sir Dobby through the smoke, and this is pretty much a 1 round for Ham. Then the friends obviously are going to try to win this round, but with that Viper roll popped, Fizz trying to occupy elbow, see what he's able to do. Gonna peek around this corner with that Sage wall there, though. Seems very, very unlikely that Tenz and friends have any real chance in this round. Triss jumping over it. Draken swinging out and getting that headshot on the Triss. Pathogen with the kill on Pounce. Doesn't look like it's gonna matter too much. 2v4 situation with this Viper roll. Pretty much no chance. Pathogen getting the exit on the Fleebo, but it looks like the last 2 members of Tenz and friends are gonna have to save, and that is obviously really unfortunate, giving up this 11 round. Really would have wanted to win that if you're a Tenz and friends fan, but if you're supporting Ham, you're obviously really, really happy to see Sir Dobby dying to the bomb. Not particularly relevant. And money-wise is gonna be pretty poor for Tenz and friends, which is obviously very unfortunate because you're going to give up match point if you lose this round, so maybe considering a force buy, but, how likely are you to win that on that force buy? And if you give up this match point, obviously it's very, very difficult to come back from a 12-6 disadvantage. So, either way, it's, it's very, very rough. But it looks like Tenz and friends has decided to go for this force buy. Ham is going to rush very, very quickly up a short, perhaps. Popping a lot of this util. Bill Snyder using that flash, but kind of getting it stuck, not seeing anything. Sova spotting on back sight. Ham looking like they're going to get the bomb down very quickly.
Spike planted.
Sir Dobby still has a lot of map control, but Yu-Gi-Oh with that kill into Hounds with the Razor. Once again, a very, very explosive round about to happen. Dragon killing Bill Snyder. Sir Dobby trying to get this Viper to go down on the site. Triss pushing him with the judge into this smoke. Not able to see anything. Pathogen killing Sir Dobby. Yu-Gi-Oh killing Draken. Getting down into a 4v2 situation. Unfortunately, Thylol playing very, very distant. Gonna pop this Rimmel. Fleebo peeking around the corner. Getting picked off by Triss. Leaving Sylol in this situation. If he gets Molly down, it's potentially winnable. It looks like he wasn't able to quite get it onto the site. Just for the kill on Sylol at the end there. And very, very close round with a lot of very interesting stuff going on in that Viper smoke on lamps. Very, very hard to follow. I was not able to follow exactly what was going on. But if you're a Tenz and friends fan, you're obviously very, very excited to see that they actually do have some life in them and are able to get that round win. So it looks like Tenz and Friends going for this very, very default setup that they've been running on defense, not changing anything up. Running this Viper instantly onto the B side. Maybe a little bit of a weird one, but still very strong. Pathogen playing in that corner. It's going to make B very, very difficult site to take. Unless Pathogen gets spotted out here. He does, but is able to get the kill on Sir Dobby. And this Sovold, unfortunately, not going to be able to counter Pathogen, who's going to be able to keep this ult up. Draken pushing in, Yukio getting the kill, punishing the aggression. A very weird round so far, as maybe all of these have been very, very weird rounds so far. Silo getting the kill on control. And Ham in this 3v4 situation now. We'll see what they're able to accomplish, but it looks like they have a right read on what to play.
Here.
Triz able to hold showers here. 3 people on this side of the map. Leaving the Viper over to lock down the B site. Bounce pushing in. Able to get the kill on Pathogen and get the res. A complete game-changing situation. Bill Snyder getting the kill on Silo. Taking into a
30
3v3
seconds
situation. Bombs heading towards B. Definitely a little bit of a disaster. Bill Snyder with a good timing on this Skyle. Maybe not realizing that they could have crossed. Now getting the kill on Yukio, but just trading back. Leads it into a 2v2 with this Skyle still going down. Bill Snyder planning in this smoke. Bill Snyder getting the kill on Sir Dobby. Really, really important. EF Lebo getting the trade back with Triss at the very end of the round. Getting that kill on EF Lebo. Securing that 8th round, and perhaps looks like they'll be forcing a save out of Ham. Very critical these last 2 rounds. Triss playing exceptionally well in those multi-kills. And, you know, seems to be playing a little bit cleaner. Maybe getting their footing set a little bit on this map. Especially on this defensive side. Maybe we'll see another second quarter or 4th quarter resurgence out of Tenz and Friends after giving them that, maybe those disastrous first 5 rounds. Able to come back and put it all together and maybe make this comeback happen. Looks like Ham leaning all towards the A side of the map. With 3 people already here, Tenz and Friends already rotating. Gonna be a full command. A lot of people coming out of showers. Control getting picked off by Draken.
Healer down.
Triss with a nice kill on site. Getting 2 kills, but getting traded out by EF Lebo. EF Lebo with another kill with that pistol. Yukio getting the kill with the raise nade. A 2v2 situation out of Tenz and Friends. Definitely a little bit disastrous against the eco. Let's see what Yukio is able to do. Playing back site here on triple. With Pathogen rotating back towards B. Maybe the correct decision. Ah, I see. So it looks like Yukio staying on site is definitely going to be what he wants to do here. Dabi's still playing in the showers area, only having Frenzy. Definitely a very powerful weapon. Yukio peeking out and seeing that, knocking down to 37 HP, 31 HP now. Yukio trying to survive, just wants to hold Lamps area without giving up this pick. Sir Dabi has the bomb still. Yukio needing to not just walk into Silo, but it looks like he's going to. He gets picked off from the back. Silo with a nice positioning on short, punishing Yukio's positioning. Sir Dabi playing showers, having those mollies. If he has molly lineups, definitely can still be very, very strong. Pathogen getting out into the backside area, but against these 2 molly, these 2 molly agents could be very difficult to make anything happen. And there's the Viper smoke, there's the Viper molly. I don't know if that Viper molly hit, but Pathogen comes off bomb. Sir Dabi with the kill and a disastrous anti-eco.
Match point.
And going into this last round, the money for them relatively poor. Triss decided to bring out that op. Must have had some relatively large amount of money in the bank. But for everyone else, definitely a little bit difficult. Putting together maybe a little bit of a piecework buy with some guns. Whereas Ham with a very comfortable full buy. Both team having 2 ult, Jet ult, and Killjoy ult for Tenz and Friends, and the Reyna ult and Sova ult.
Placing swarm grenade.
For Ham, definitely gonna be very interesting to see what they do. Looks like Ham leaning heavily towards his A side map. Maybe this is their default setup. Triss whiffing the shot, unfortunately, on Sir Dabi. Whiffing another shot. Bill Snyder getting the trade with the judge. A little bit of unfortunate characteristic misses for Triss. Triss with another little bit of a miss on Draken. But Unfortunately for Tenz and Friends, still 5 people alive. Yukio's rotated over. Looks like Pathogen and Psylaw just missed each other on the B side of the map. Draken probably not gonna predict this happening. Dragon getting picked off with bomb by
Spike down
Pathogen
A.
with that Spectre. 5v3 situation. Bill Snyder pushing a little bit overly aggressive. Aeon's punishing it. Still Pathogen with his deep lurk. Yukio coming to support. Bomb is completely controlled. Aeon's trying to wrap around and see if he can get a flank on the flankers. Yukio maybe sniffing this out a little bit.
Last player standing.
Yukio getting a nice shot into Aeon's. Nice little crispy one tap out of that. Levo stuck in a very difficult
30
1v4
seconds left.
situation. Not such a horrible loss for Ham, but definitely would have been nice to close out this game quickly, especially when your economy isn't the greatest and Tenz and Friends now going to have a full economy after this round. Looks like both teams are going to save in their current situation. 4 members alive for Tenz and Friends, 1 for Ham.
10 seconds left.
Definitely very, very good for Tenz and Friends. Obviously, have to win the round, otherwise you lose. And, if you're Ham, maybe you're a little bit disappointed that you gave up this round loss. Because it would have been, like I said, very, absolutely incredibly useful, obviously, to win the round right there. Because now you're looking at a much better economy. Your economy isn't doing so great for yourself. Maybe you can wait on ults here, but Ham would have been obviously much more well suited to close out right there. Because now it's going to be much more difficult looking at a much stronger economy out of Tenz and Friends. Looks like maybe a little bit of change up on the setup. Triss playing B long with Bill Snyder playing Kuka, using this wolf immediately right off the bat. Triss trying to hold with this op. It looks like Bill Snyder has a shotgun. He has this judge. Gets utterly destroyed by Draken with the running gun. And see what they're able to do. Yukio using that Razor, not hitting anything, putting Draken very, very low. Triss in an awkward situation, another uncharacteristic miss out of him. And Allen's with the kill on Yukio, 5v3 situation. Levo picking off Chris with the jet knives,
Out of charges.
leaving Control and Pathogen in this 2v5 situation. Pathogen knocked low by the Brimble. Popping this Killjoy, probably going to get pushed and punished. Levo pulling out the ult to counter. Psylaw getting the kill on Pathogen, leaving Control in a 1v5 situation. An utterly unwinnable cut. But Draken with the shotgun kill with the judge onto Control. A nice flawless round to close out completely. And what do I know about closing out in games? So, really nice round out, and really nice game out of Ham. Looked relatively clean across the way. If you're Tenz and Friends, maybe you realize you have some issues you need to work out, communication and trading and stuff like that. So definitely very interesting to see. We're probably looking at the final scoreboard right here. Pretty much Draken, Draken played extremely well in the Reyna and was supported very, I'd say was supported very well out of his teammates on the rest of Ham. And Triss and Yukio, they are those high-rated players. They do have to play very, very well because they've accepted that responsibility and, maybe not disappointed in themselves in how they played, though definitely a little bit interesting to see. And we'll see how both teams do going forward. I do think Ham looked relatively pretty good, and they have some very, very tough opponents in their group, so see how they do, and obviously a relatively disappointing loss for Tenz and Friends, who probably, obviously, as any team would have liked to come out of this game with a win, but only a 4-round loss, and as you know, points are obviously very critical. So that's the end of week 1, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next week for some more games.